Well, I'd like to welcome you to Lesson 5, and you won't see my face in this lesson because I'm going to give you a lot of focus on using iPads for differentiated instruction. As you know, this particular iPad course for the classroom has 7 lessons. We're on Lesson 5 entitled Using iPads for Differentiated Instruction. Of course, we know what differentiated instruction is. It's basically taking your lesson plans and applying them differently to the needs of the different students, whether they're gifted students or they're students with special needs or they're English language learners or they're just students who have particular learning styles. Being able to use the iPad to reach these different students in different ways is an outstanding way of using the iPad. There are a lot of different things out there, but I just want to focus you on 5 things in this particular demonstration. Airdrop, Google Translate, Guided Access, Infuse Learning, and Graphic Organizers. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So we have my iPad here. I'm using the reflector tool once again. And what I'd like to first show you is, let's just do a drawing tool. You know, let's start this lesson lightening up. You'll see at the bottom, there's something that's called Drawing Desk. It's right here. My mouse is kind of circling around it. If you click on that, that brings you to something called Drawing Desk. I'm going to go ahead and click on Doodle Desk. And then at the very top left, there's a paintbrush. You can click on that, or you can do a 3D brush. I'll go ahead and click on the 3D brush on the left. I'll click on, say, a star. And then I'll go ahead and click on the center, and I can just go ahead and start drawing. And maybe at the beginning of class, just to get people settled with their iPad, you might want to say something, draw a face that gives your mood for this morning. Well, let me go ahead and erase. There's a little trash can at the bottom left. It says clear. I'll say, yes, I want to clear. And so I'm a student, and I woke up this morning, and I really had a hard time getting out of the house. Dad wasn't happy with me. The cereal box was empty. I hadn't done my homework, and I'm really frustrated. So I'm going to draw a little picture that shows how I feel. That's how I feel. Okay, it's just letting out a little bit of steam, a little energy as you get into something. Now, we know kids use iPads for all kinds of things, for games, but you know, in the school district, there are some teachers that actually like to find a game that's appropriate for their students to particularly play. Here's one called Pac-Man. A lot of people know about Pac-Man. You can go ahead and click on it. I'm just touching with my screen. Where I touch on my screen, basically this little Pac-Man goes. I'm kind of going down, going up and eating the little energy bot. Go ahead and up there. I'm going to go and try and get one of these little tiny monster guys. So that's a little game. We know that. Typically speaking, you're going to need to decide whether you want to introduce little fun games. I personally would encourage you, stick with things like drawing tools if you're going to have something that's unrelated to your instruction. The iPads really should be a tool for instruction, and maybe on, Friday on someone's birthday, you might have some kind of activity. Anyway, let's dive right into these particular 5 things. Airdrop. Okay, what is Airdrop? Airdrop is basically a tool that allows for you to share what is on your particular device on your student's device. So let me do this. I'm going to get 2 devices up. Let me turn on my iPhone here. Let's see if this works. So I have my iPhone up. My iPhone also has AirDrop. It also has AirPlay. So let's go ahead and connect. We'll do some mirroring activity here. There we go. There's my iPhone. Okay, so let's say let's just say the iPhone is your teacher iPad. Okay, just assume it's your iPad. They're both iOS 7 devices, and so both have this capability that is called AirDrop. And I want to share something with everyone in my class. Well, okay, so remember, you're on the left, your student's on the right. I click on camera, which is in the top right, and say, I want to share a picture of the Quickie Tech office. Okay, so we do want to share that. Let me go ahead and click on, I don't want to lose the picture of the screen. It kind of went full picture on there. Let me go ahead and undo this particular thing and just wait 1 second here. We'll click escape. We're going to keep doing our continue recording here. Okay, so on the left, I wonder how it's doing that. Well, let's just try it. I'm going to go ahead and, well, no, you have to actually see things. And so bear with me. You'll have this experience, believe me, in your class. Technology does not always cooperate with you in the way it wants to. And so I'm just starting to click on different things to basically see if I can get things to show. In the meantime, you can just encourage your class. Class, don't be bothered. We're just all learning this together. So let's do this. I'm going to go ahead. This will be full screen. Let's go to the left one here. I'm going to go ahead and drop to the center. Let's go to my other screen. Let's make sure that appears up. See if I can get that going. Okay, so this is what we'll do. Not bad. So we'll start with the left, and we'll keep you focused on what you as a teacher are doing. So you as a teacher, go to your camera. You then click on a picture. This particular picture, by the way, is the Quickie Tech Lab that is available for teachers to come and in a comfortable environment learn how to use computers and iPads. So basically, I want to share this, so I'm going to go ahead and click on something, and let me go ahead and shrink a little bit so you can see what I'm seeing. And when you click on the picture, you actually can share it. Now notice it popped up on the students. They can then accept it. And once they accept it, that picture shows up on their iPad. Okay, did you see that? Now I realize there's a lot to this, and that's a really poor demonstration, quite honestly. But I wanted you to at least see that you can actually take items that are on your particular iPad and move it to your student's iPad. This is great for differentiated instruction because you may have one student that's struggling and you quickly can find a picture for them. Let's say they're an English language learner, they speak Spanish, they don't know what the word flag is. And so you find a quick picture of where they're from. Let's say they're from Mexico, and a Mexican flag, and then you share it with them and you say, that's flag. Voila, they get the picture, they connect it to the word, and they've learned a new word. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is with my iPhone, I'm going to go ahead and click off of the screen. And sorry, we got a lot of technologies going here. Turn that off. And now let's go to Google Translate. So we'll go back to this particular, the iPad. And let's go ahead and go to Google Translate, okay? So Google Translate, you can actually, at the bottom, look at the very bottom row, there's Safari. Okay, I'll move my little mouse so you can see it. I'm circling Safari, that's a browser. I click on that. And then I have, basically, if you go to translate.google.com, I know it's hard to see the URL there, you can actually put English on the left and on the right. So on the left, you have languages here. I just went ahead and chose English. And on the right, I put English again. Now, basically, I can type in a word that might be difficult for some of the students. Let's think of a particular word. How about photosynthesis? Photosynthesis. Okay, I go ahead and click the blue arrow. And it shows it right there. There's a little icon there of a speaker. And I can actually click on that.
Photosynthesis.
And you can't hear it, but you can actually have things speak back to the student. Now watch this. I'm putting my finger right on photosynthesis. I'm hovering over it. You'll notice there's a little bubble that pops up. I then let go. I'll do a select, and then you'll see a little bar that comes up, and one of the options is define. So I can click define, and it gives the definition: the process by which green plants and some other organisms use sunlight to synthesize food from carbon dioxide and water. Now let's say you have a Spanish speaker and they know that word in Spanish. So you can go ahead on the right, click Spanish, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, and there's Spanish. Then you go ahead and you click the blue arrow on the right, and voila, it gives the word in Spanish. So you can use this as both a dictionary, as both something that verbalizes the word, and as a translator. It's great for differentiated instruction. Okay, now let's go to the next thing. Guided access. Okay, guided access, I think this is going to be a pretty important feature, particularly for those students that are antsy and they want to go to a different application and they're not listening to you. So this is what you can do. If you go to settings, of course the settings bar looks like this. You'll see my mouse. I'm circling here. Click on settings. And then you click on general. Of course, general is already here. And then what you can do is, this is when I go to my personal learning iPad learning kit, which you're building. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to type in guided access, and I'm going to see how you do it. You go to settings, general accessibility, and then click on guided access. Okay, so let's go back. We go to general settings. I clicked on settings, go to general, and then we go to accessibility, and that's right here, accessibility. So I click on that, and then you'll notice as you're clicking on accessibility, there is something down here called guided access. I'm circling it. I click on that, and if it's not on, I turn it on. But what's neat is you can set a passcode. And I'll just set 2580 as the passcode. It has you type it in. Now this is what you can do. This is awesome. Watch. I'm going to click on the home button. It takes me to a screen. I now want people to click on this calculator item. And so they click on here, but some of the students, after they get here, they move away from it. So what I can do is I come over to their iPad and I click on this home button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Let me try that again. Calculator. 1, 2, 3. Here, let me click on the item, then I'll click 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3. Let me see what I'm doing wrong. This is great. Follow my troubleshooting skills. I go to settings, which is right here. I go to general, which is here. I'm already at guided access. Let me turn off guided access for a little bit. I'm going to turn it back on just to kind of reset things. I'll then click on set passcode again. This time I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. Then I'm going to come out. And then let's go to a different application. Let's go to Pages. Okay? So this is Pages. And I tell the students, everyone go to Pages. So they go to Pages. Let's get a new page. Click on Documents. I'm going to click on the plus. Okay, here we go. So I clicked on the plus. Now I'm going to click on Create Document. I know you don't know all of this, and some of you are familiar with this. But what I'm going to do is you're in Pages, and you can walk to a student's iPad and click the Home button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. and the words guided access come up at the very top. See how it says guided access? Not in the white space, but at the very top. Okay, this was probably already working in the last application I did. I just didn't notice it. Then you can click back on the application, and I'm clicking on it, and people can be typing. But you know what? They might want to try and move to a different application. And as hard as I'm trying, I can't go to a different application. And so they're stuck on the application that you want them to use. Okay, so to get out of guided access, click 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And now I'm out. Now it should have given me a code. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3. Guided access. Oh, I have to click start up here. Start at the top right. So I click start. And now it says guided access right in the middle of the screen. And then they can type and do all the type of things. But they can't, if they hit the home screen, which I just did, look at the top. It says guided access is enabled. They can't go to another application. But you can come back and hit the home button 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Then you have to enter your code, 1, 2, 3, 6. And then it allows them to go out, and then they can hit on the home screen and they go back. So that's guided access. It's a way to control what they can actually access. I wanted you to see me go through that with my mistakes because you're going to be going through that a lot. And I want you to get comfortable with not getting frustrated at the point of time when you don't remember something. That's why you have to have your iPad Learning Toolkit. Okay, let's go to Infused Learning and Graphic Organizers. Okay, so Infused Learning is pretty cool here. What I'm going to do is on my laptop, let me just go ahead and click here. And I'm going to go to teacher.infusedlearning.com. And this is a tool that I think is awesome because it allows your students who are too afraid to raise their hands to still ask you a question right in the middle of class, and you can address their concern. So you go to teacher.infused.learning.com. After you set up an account, you type in your password, and then you type in your email, then you type in your password. Then you click on Connect. Give it a little time here. So it sets up a classroom for you, and then on the left, you can create different responses that you want your students to have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on Open-Ended Answer. I'm going to go ahead and then click on Save Results and type, if you have a question, say, or let's do this, if you did not understand what I just taught, then please say, or please type, please repeat what you explained. Okay? Then I click on Save Results. Okay? So at this point, basically, there's really no one in my classroom. But what you can do is, now let's go to the iPad, is you ask people, I want you to open up Safari. Safari's here. Then I want you to type in student.infusedlearning.com, and you'll see a room ID and your name. Now the room ID is this number at the top left. It's 67652. So they just go ahead and they type in, what was the number? Got to look back again. 67652. 67652. And then they type in their name. My name is, I'll just say it's Bobby. They click Submit. They wait a little bit. And then they see that you created a text response there. And you can just tell the class, if anyone didn't understand, go ahead and, just type, please repeat. So people can just go ahead and Bobby says, please repeat. He probably does it discreetly so no one knows he's typing. And then he clicks submit. Now the teacher basically sees that Bobby has entered into the classroom. And so what the teacher can do is click on summary. Notice how many people have said please repeat. In this case, it's 1. Click on details and see that Bobby said please repeat, and it took him 21.82 seconds to actually respond to my question. So basically, this is a tool. You can actually do this with just laptops. You don't need iPads for this. But it's a great website that allows you to have students respond to things. Now think about it. Let's say you teach a math concept, and afterwards you just want to know who got it. So what you can do is you can create a little mini quiz on the fly, write up a question on the board, put A, B, C, D, put sample answers, and then have everybody take out a pencil and paper, write out the answer they think it is, and then go to their iPad and actually click what they think it is. And you can get instantly a sense of how well people understood what you just taught. Okay, that's awesome. Last thing is graphic organizers. I'm just going to show you this, then we're going to conclude. So when we go to graphic organizers, let's go ahead and I'm going to go back down, show you, go to Safari again, click on Safari. Then there's if you go to eduplace.com, and you'll see this in the reading, you'll see a bunch of graphic organizers that are extremely helpful. And what you can do is you can click on one. I'll click on the describing wheel one. And it basically gives you these graphic organizers that help you present to your students concepts in an organized format. It's great for differentiated instruction. You can have everyone go to the same graphic organizer and then draw this on a piece of paper and actually write in different concepts or different ways of learning. Great. So we'll go ahead and stop there. Thank you very much. And do the reading portion. And be sure to develop your iPad Learning Toolkit. You saw that I needed it. You'll need it too. Great. Thanks so much. Take care.